Not for my swag. Not for my dad's swag. I can't do two sizes bigger. This is
On opening night, Brandon was obviously so excited to be back after missing most of the second half of last season with the injury, and then to kind of have to go back and miss another month. How has he sort of navigated, the last few weeks emotionally, and obviously how excited are you and is he to get back on the court and hopefully stay there more than one game?
Sure. I think we're all excited for Brandon to be back in the lineup for a lot of different reasons. Myself, I'm just really happy with how he handled himself during this process. Like you said, you miss a lot of the end of last season. You're having a good year. It gets derailed a little bit, but I thought that he did a great job of controlling what he can control, which is like a real sign of maturity. All off season, he was locked in and focused on all the things that he needed to do for himself, but also the team. It was great to see him come back. Obviously, had a really good game, helped us play well in that home opener, and then second game of the year, unfortunate injury. But I think that his whole process, as he went through his rehab and his return to play program, he came in every day, locked in, excited for an opportunity to just keep trying to get better. And he saw the progress that he was making, which was really good. So I'm happy for him to be back out there today after like kind of having to go through that journey again. And I think it ultimately just made him stronger, made him better in a lot of different areas. And so excited for him to get back out there and get to compete with his teammates tonight.
Charles, does this almost feel like a second opener for you, knowing how important Brandon is to your team, and you feel at least as close to whole as you've been since the beginning?
Yeah, it's another great step for us on this journey. Like you said, you're going to have some injuries that just happen as part of the game. There's going to be adversity at different points of the season, and it's good that now we get to add a big time piece back into our lineup that I think helps us on both ends of the court. It'll make everyone's lives a little bit better, easier offensively. His intensity defensively, his competitiveness. So yeah, it's going to be really exciting to get back out there to play in front of our home crowd again tonight or this afternoon will be really fun.
I know that you talked yesterday about, how there's been obviously a plan in place with LaMelo. How will you know when to push it with him beyond that level that where it's kind of been like a 27-28? How does that process collaboratively work?
Yeah, I would say it's a combination of conversations with Mello, conversations with our performance staff, tracking his everyday loads, seeing where his body is, how does he respond the day after a practice or day after a game. But I think just like, building a team, you don't want to skip any steps or rush through any process. And so there's a plan in place. And every day we'll kind of just look at what is the data telling us and where's our plan at and try to get on the same page. And I think that all parties have been really aligned and collaborative on how we can best maximize his availability going forward.
To pick up on that, I guess with Brandon, his minutes, how will that be kind of managed as he kind of comes back from his injury?
Very similarly. I think that your first game back, we're not going to try to push him to the brink as much as I probably will want to. But we want to be smart about it. I think that we want to be intentional with how we ramp him back up. So hopefully we can keep him in a good controlled space today, and then we'll just kind of just go forward day after day. How's he responding? What's the plan kind of say? But for him, it's a little bit different, obviously coming back from not a lower leg extremity injury.
Then you kind of spoke about it a little bit, but what's like having your full team available? Obviously, a couple of guys were out with Josh and Grant, but other than that, for the most part, you have your guys. What's it like having your full roster for the most part available for the first time since, I guess, opening night?
Yeah, it'll be fun. It's always exciting when you're just adding really good pieces to your lineup. When your depth can continue to be there, I think that the guys that have had the opportunity to play while we've had some injuries have done a really good job of stepping in and filling in and competing and giving us a chance to kind of win some games. But it's always great when you're adding some other people back into the lineup.
Coach, I do have a Clippers question, but I want to ask, just follow up on Brandon. I know, can you imagine? What'd you say?
Who you with?
Yeah. Following up on Brandon, I know he got a ton of time in the preseason, training camp, all that stuff. But as a coach, when the team kind of builds chemistry and moves in a direction and someone's not there, what are the things that you're looking to him or watching in terms of him kind of getting up to speed with everybody else?
Yeah, I think Brandon's a really good, smart basketball player. He understands what's needed from him on both ends of the court. I think he's going to come in and want to take on, the best matchups on the other team. And so defensively, he's going to try to leave a mark there. And I think offensively, like I said, he's so smart. He understands where he needs to be. Our team does a great job of understanding spacing and all those things, and he'll fit in seamlessly. Between practice reps, between preseason reps, between all the conversations that these guys have, I think that it'll be pretty quick for him to be able to get back into it. While you'll have a couple little growing pains of just like, oh, I forgot you like to go right, or you like to go left, or you like your screen set like this. But I think we'll work through that and get through it pretty quickly.
And then for today, just what do you, I mean, obviously one of the oldest teams in the NBA, which is, they've seen it all, done it all, maturity, kind of been through a lot of stuff. And then, I think we're fourth youngest. So what are you looking for in this matchup?
I'm just looking for us to come back out. And I think practice was great for us yesterday to kind of reestablish just some of our identities, some of our absolutes that we've talked a ton about that, sometimes with a young team, if you don't work on it every day and you're kind of going from game to game to game, you can lose some of the fabric or some of the work that you've put together. And so I just look forward to us getting back to being competitive on both ends of the court, remaining together. And I think that we had a great conversation yesterday of, what those things are and how you're able to accomplish them. And we've done it in stints during games, and now we just have to be able to sustain it. And so I'm looking forward to us coming out and being tested by a really good team and responding to that test.